It's Women's History Month, and we're highlighting influential women who've had an impact on the Metro. Mattie Rhodes is certainly one of them.
We see and hear her name affiliated with countless positive initiatives throughout the city, but so few know the story behind the young lady who started it all.
41 Action News anchor Gabriella Pagan tells us about the woman who has empowered countless others in our area.
Mattie Florence Rhodes was about 15 years old when she rounded up around 9 or 10 Sunday school friends from Central Presbyterian Church in Kansas City, calling themselves the Little Gleaners.
And that comes from a story in the Bible. After the harvest, there's leftovers in the fields, and so that they would go glean the fields of everything left over. And so they were hoping that whatever a family that was well off that had left over, they would share with families in need.
When Mattie died in 1890 at the age of 19 from typhoid fever, she left her $500 inheritance to her group of church friends, asking them to carry on the work.
And kids have told me, that seems like it would be, like a few $1,000s or whatever. And we're like, yeah, it's a lot more money for a young person to have left when they passed away.
Proving no impact is too small and no age to start is too young, the Mattie Rhodes Center has been changing the lives of families in need across the Metro for 127 years.
It's a place where someone cares what happens to you.
With that $500 kickstart.
The first women who kind of took on this memorial society, it was women. The first president was a woman. And so they definitely saw that, ambition and focus in these young girls and pushed it, allowed it to grow, and it turned into a huge, huge thing.
Yeah, these really older ones are amazing.
Jenny Mendez is the Cultural Arts Director for the Mattie Rhodes Center and its longest tenured employee of 24 years. She's spent half her life working at the center, starting as an intern.
I was very inspired by her as a young woman to be able to have her name on a building. A lot of times people just don't know who Mattie Rhodes is, the person, and then who Mattie Rhodes, the agency, is. And being able to, even 127 years later, to be able to still talk about that.
The Mattie Rhodes Memorial Society was founded in 1894 at 1734 Jefferson, where they built their first nursery. This was their pledge. I promise to do all I can to help the needy and suffering by working for them, learning about them, giving for them, and trying to interest others in them.
It was very unique for the time. It was specific for working mothers, and so they could be single mothers, they could be mothers that just needed to work outside of the home, and so they didn't necessarily need to pay for the child care.
With her working on how to be there for working women attitude, Mattie Rhodes is now considered a visionary, given her age and timely work in the 1890s.
Women couldn't even vote, and so to have this group of women come together and create this big society was really something special.
Highlighting the importance of what can happen when women empower other women.
Women have that power, young women have that power to be able to take change, do change, learn about others, be accepting of others, have a voice.
Every little bit helps. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a big inheritance that you're giving away. She started off selling pot holders and brownies, and so I think that can be inspiring to young kids who don't know where to start, but they know they want to help.
In Kansas City, Gabriella Pagan, 41 Action News.
We've told so many stories this month about women in the Metro who made a difference. Those stories are online. Just go to kshb.com, click on Women's History Month toward the top of the homepage.